Hello everyone and welcome back to the GamerGuildTV channel right here on youtube.com. You're joining myself, Chris in space, Cyber Chris in space, alongside my fellow co-pilot, the man of many pixels, Richie C89. Welcome to Thursday night live streams, Richie.
I'm also in space.
In space.
Actually, I'm not. I'm on a planet.
You're on a planet. You are planet Earth, Richie. I just want to remind you of that. We are here, everyone, to play Starfield with a little bit of a change, because last week we streamed it, of course, as part of early access, running from my PC, and boy, did it push my PC to the limits. And we're here tonight to test out cloud gaming. That's right, Xbox cloud gaming, which is usually our preference of choice here on the channel. Save yourself the 120 gigabit download patch, gigabyte in fact. Richie, before we get into the game, we need to do a couple of kind of chatty points about the game, of course. You've jumped into it as part of Game Pass. It launched this past Wednesday, September 6th. And you're a big Bethesda fan. So first things first, could your PC run Starfield?
Technically, yes.
To any playable manner?
Yeah, it was fully playable, but it looked like shit. I had to basically go on low everything to get a stable frame rate. But in the game's defense, my GPU is actually beneath the minimum specs, so...
It is beneath me.
So it's not an issue of the game. It's literally, I don't have the good enough hardware.
Right.
Which I suspected might be the case, so...
Yeah, I thought mine would be okay, and then last week we found it could run the game, but then anything else running in the background, like I'm saying anything, even like the stuff you've minimized and closed down, it just couldn't function. So I'm so glad that the cloud gaming side of things is here, and this is kind of the big promotion point of cloud gaming, right? Is you can play it on old tech or unusable tech on multiple screens. I've done a bit on my phone using a Razer Kishi. I'm here on cloud gaming, and I've got it on the PC, and you're playing it on your Xbox Series S tonight.
I am.
Wonderful. So before we get into it all, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you're kept in the loop with all of our other live streams we do, all of our gaming watch-alongs to shows, all of our reaction videos, and more importantly, the GamerGuildTV podcast coming to you every single Monday here on YouTube and up there on your podcast service of choice, where we basically round up all the gaming news with myself, Richie, and our fellow co-host Rob, who no doubt is knee-deep in Starfield as well this coming week. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Reaver the Beaver stopping by. Mr. Reaver the Beaver, I should say. Been a while. Nice to see you back, Mr. Beaver. Don's there, of course, saying, will the cloud gaming gods reign on the stream today? It shouldn't, because I've upgraded my tech. I've now got Google Wi-Fi Pro. I've got 200 meg down, so we should be good to go. Jin's in the chat as well. Evening. We'll be good tonight. I feel it. I feel it in the stars, Richie. As we dive in the Starfields, exactly. Now we should point out as a couple of like little intricacies for cloud gaming when it comes to Starfield. We've noticed already, or I've noticed, and Richie's double checked this for me, if you boot the game up in the PC desktop browser, which is usually how I launch my games on PC, if you've got it installed on your PC, it doesn't let you launch the cloud variant of the title. My guess is it just defaults to the local save version of it. Richie, you tested it out. You uninstalled the game from your PC, and within a fraction of a second, the option to play via cloud was there on the desktop app. So, a little bit of an interesting one, but nonetheless, you can play through a browser like I'm doing right now.
I do want to actually add that the main reason I'm not playing through the cloud is because with cloud gaming on Xbox at the moment, it's controller only. So in that case, for a game that I'm going to sink a lot of time into, I might as well install it. Now, if I could use mouse and keyboard in the cloud, I would prefer to play this game mouse and keyboard.
Interesting.
So, Xbox, sort yourself out.
They'll be on it. Barry's in chat saying good evening, Barry. Welcome to Starfield. Now, Richie, it says on my save file 12 hours 54 minutes into the game. However, I know a lot of that might be pause menu screens, because I do have a 6-month-old child, and there has been times I've had to put it down and come back to it. So it's a little bit of a fake one. I'd guess around about the 10-hour mark. I put about 3 hours into it last night, and I'm chipping away on the stories, but I'm going to load up the save file. So the plan tonight, folks, so even though this is a first look at cloud gaming, I have played the game. I've had it for just short of a week now, albeit with responsibilities and podcasts and everything else going on. I've not sunk as much time. And we said on the show, the GamerGuild Podcast, Richie, that a lot of reviewers and early influencer critics have said the game gets really good after New Game Plus, which is like sub 40 hours, which it's going to take me a while to get there, I believe. So we'll see
I haven't
how that
got
goes.
there yet, but that still feels like a weird choice to me.
Yeah, I've heard some people pushing back this week and saying it's not really. But here we are. So, Richie, you can see my stream. You are playing along as well. You're here for company and narration, as all good space explorers are. So, yeah, well, I guess we're just here to check out how it performs in the clouds, see how it goes, and just talk about the game and enjoy the game for what it is. Of course, it's one of the highest talked about games. It's Xbox's arguably biggest game of the generation. And yeah, I'm about to get into it. Now, what's great for this bit of the ride, Richie, is you are a massive Bethesda fan. You've sunk half a lifetime into the likes of Skyrim, Morrowind, Oblivion, all that kind of stuff. I have not. So this kind of Bethesda style of gameplay is fairly new to me. And yeah, I'm hyped for it. Brendan is in the chat, is also hyped for it. As a super fan, he's dropping some hype emojis just like you can. You can become a guild hero and a member from as little as 99p, just like Brendan has, just like Barry has. And you can get fancy use of those emojis. So, Richie, I've been playing so one of the things that enticed me to this game was the use of third person. And what I've found is I've actually been using a mix of all views. So when I'm in close quarters combat, small corridors, I switch to first person for better accuracy when it comes to the gunfights. And when I'm just walking around freely in towns on planets, I'm going for wide third person. So I'm finding like the switching between them is quite like a unique feature, which I'm really benefiting from and enjoying.
Yeah, best of both worlds.
How are you going to predominantly play it, would you say?
Mainly first person, I think. I did try a bit of third person, but I don't know. I think Bethesda games do play better in first. That's
usually their go-to style, isn't it?
Yeah.
So my plan for tonight then is I'm going to avoid main story, main campaign. I just want to explore the universe. I know this game has so many threadbare narratives you can go through, and we want to pull on one of those threads and basically get to it. So I'm on a planet called Polvo at the moment. I've just finished a mission. I am a space ranger, which is one of the many things you can become within this game. And I've got a couple of weapons. I've just learned out how to do med packs, where to buy med packs, because the game doesn't do that much in terms of tutorializing basic things, I found. So, for example, things like med packs, which I did run out of on a mission, and I almost couldn't complete the mission because I just kept dying, is I had to go on YouTube and find out that there's a particular place on one or two planets where you can go to buy them. There is also a way of crafting them, but nothing yet in the game 10 plus hours in has told me how to craft med packs yet. So I kind of got stuck in this weird, like, you're going to die if anyone shoots you loop with low health. Yeah. You also get encumbered with lots of health problems, so like fractured ribs, chest issues, lung damage, and it takes a while to recover. Apparently, if you go back to your home, go to sleep, good night's sleep will recover that kind of thing. So that also didn't know. Didn't know that. So either I'm not paying attention when I'm playing, or the game's not giving me the full tutorial pointers. So then, as I said, I just want to go explore. Now, my mission with the Space Rangers, just to highlight a few missions that I've got on the go, which I have many, it would seem. The main campaign is there, Into the Unknown. I'm going to avoid that for today. But there have been a few conversations you pick up on, Richie. So as you walk past civilians, you kind of pick up on their musings, their conversations, and then you get kind of like observation things to go check out, go research, go ask, chase up on. And you can do that. So do you want to pick one and we'll just go have a look? I've got
what's the choices?
I've got Back to the Grind. While roaming the city, I heard of a job advertisement for Ryujin Industries. There's a kiosk nearby. I can apply for a job. There's Charity of the Wolf. Some guard mentioned a certain Amira Wolf on the low house could use with some help. I've got Destroy a Crimson Fleet Captain, Kill an Outlaw Captain, Failure to Communicate, which is a distress signal that could investigate. Or I found a note about a secret outpost on a dead spacer, which is a ship, I think. Might be worth a read.
I'm thinking we'll go for the secret outpost.
Secret outpost.
I was going to go for the distress signal because it feels like if we're going on an adventure exploring through space, let's go somewhere that we don't know what we're going to face.
So read the secret outpost slate.
I do need to ask you though, what is your approach to playing this game? What's your play style?
So my play style in most kind of like open world exploration games is I like to do bits of the main mission and then kind of clear out areas. So like my typical go-to is obviously a Ubisoft title. So I'll take an area, I'll find a new zone, for example, and then I'll kind of ping around and clear that whole area and then come back to it. So if I start a story thread, on like a side mission, I'll probably see it through to the very end because I don't have the attention span to remember what the hell I was doing if I don't stick with it.
Yeah, I was meaning more in terms of like your approach to things like combat. Are you going in stealthy? Are you going in all guns blazers? What sort of weapons are you using?
At the moment, I'm just going, if someone shoots at me, I'll shoot back at them. I don't really have a plan for stealth. I don't think it really works that well in the game. If you crouch, it gives you like a stealth meter, and every time I basically come within distance of anyone, they spot me, and it turns into a gunfight. So,
oh, you have to move slow, that's why.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure I could upgrade my stealth tree, essentially my skill tree, and improve that. So, read the secret outpost slate. So I will say,
I'm going quite stealthy so far.
Read the stealth slate. Now, I didn't realize there would be as much inventory management, but that's apparently a thing. So, secret outpost. Is that the slate? Loyal to your crew, I get it, but screw that. Beg, borrow, steal, kill to get Denola 1B. There's a secret outpost we're trying to crack. Once in a lifetime opportunity. You will regret it for the rest of your life if you don't get your ass over here. So, Denola 1B. I'm guessing it's not going to tell me where Denola 1B is. So, I'm guessing I have to go to the star map and find Diabola 1B.
Guessing so.
That could be anywhere.
Do you know what like system it's in?
Nope. Now I'm guessing Diabola 1B. It might be one of the moon names. With it having 1B, there might be 1A, 1B, 1C. Is my astral?
Sounds likely.
That's my planned approach.
Yeah, that's the thing with this game's so new and a completely new IP. So while it does feel like a Bethesda game, don't really get the language yet. You kind of learn to learn things about the world as you go in these sort of games. But I don't really know what I'm doing.
Nicola, Leviathan, Lunara. Anyone in the chat knows where Diabola 1V is, feel free to call it out while I search the stars. Olympus. May not be a story thread we want to go with to start with then. I can't find the damn planet, because again, remember, this procedurally generated stuff, so there could be thousands of planets. I'm guessing with this being in the notes, it's a specific handcrafted planet. Nirvana. Good music on that planet. Heisenberg planet. They just show reruns of Breaking Bad. Schrodinger's planet. Sometimes not there.
Oh, is it?
Or is it?
You don't know whether it's there till you get there.
Right, I can't even find this one. I could literally be searching forever to find this. I can't remember what it was called. Ebola 1B. The Ebola. There's an Altair planet. Yeah, I could be looking forever for this one. Bigger. Right, I think we'll take that one back in a little bit. I do want to explore, though, for the sake of testing out the space exploration. The planet that I'm on now, there is a planet called Helix, just south of it.
Okay.
And that seems, for the sake of the channel, I feel like we need to visit Helix. So we're in space. What I have enjoyed, and what I did enjoy in my first live stream, was the use of the almost like a mini game. Ooh, I'm being hailed by a mysterious captain.
Not so rare that someone new comes along. From the sidelines, it's a real treat to see everyone scrambling. It's very profitable as well.
Uh-oh. Mysterious captain says I'm profitable. That does not bode well. So, interception, let's see. Mysterious captain, I'd appreciate it if you could explain yourself. This cryptic act is bugging me. I don't have time for this. Is that your ship? Trident ships are incredibly expensive. Who are you? What are you talking about? Who are you? What are you talking about? Explain yourself, maybe?
I really can't say. As much as I'd like to.
Okay.
It may mean nothing, but I'm rooting for you.
Rooting for me? Rooting for what? I feel like I'm about to be attacked.
Can't say. Hopefully all will make sense in time.
Yeah, I'm gonna get attacked.
Good luck.
Evening, Hjorvar. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing well. I have no idea what to talk about. Stop playing stupid games. Thanks.
Please,
Whatever.
just be careful. Very careful. I hope to see you at a much later date.
Well, that was very odd. A random ship, hyper jumps in, says good luck, be careful, and then hyper jumps out. Random. So what I was about to say is like the mini game, which I don't know if you're probably at yet, the ship tutorial.
Yeah, I've passed the initial ship tutorial where you go into space, you fight a few Crimson Raiders, then you land on another planet, take out a base with Crimson Raiders in it.
Yeah. Lasers. I like the mini game.
The dilemma I have is a lot of my weight's getting carried up by like resources that I've collected on my way into this base.
It gets us all. Encumbrance is heavy in this game. One of the first things I did in your skills, you can upgrade your physical attributes.
Yeah.
And weightlifting is the fourth one, which increases your carrying capacity by 10 kilograms. Had to be done. Had to be done, because I was fed up with just dropping valuable stuff in and around the world. So one of the interesting things is like landing. Like you find a planet and you head towards its atmosphere, but to land you actually have to go into a menu, which is kind of like immersion breaking for me. I thought I was going to be landing and flying around, but turns out I ain't.
Can you actually land properly if you want to? It just takes a long time.
I'm not sure because there's only certain set events
where you kind of fast travel to where you're at a planet, you're staring at it, and the distance was going down slowly.
I mean, we can try.
Like, it was going down very slowly though, right. So it would take a long time.
Let's take off the shields and let's boost up the speed. So I saw online, I don't know if you picked it up, but Sony Santa Monica and video game streamer Alana Pierce traveled to Pluto. Was it Pluto or the moon? She traveled to a planet and she traveled 7 hours in real time, just through space, so no fast travel. And when she got to I'm going to say Pluto, she just went straight through it. She just phased through the planet and then came out the other end, and the objective marker told her it was now behind her.
Oh, that's a shame.
So obviously the game doesn't generate obviously the whole planet. You have to fast travel to get that element to pop up. So you can technically go anywhere in the universe, but it only keeps basically a shell framework of everything at any given point.
Yeah.
And this time's going to take ages. Like I'm looking direct at the planet and I'm not getting any closer.
It would be cool to just be able to go to any planet and just land. Go straight into the planet, then just land. But realistically, is that achievable with a game? Imagine the file sizes. And
oh yes, exactly. I'm gonna go and fast travel to this planet because I've been doing like 300 miles an hour or whatever the speed is, and I'm just not getting any closer to it. So rather than spend the entire stream, basically traveling towards a big rock in space, let's land and do an exploration. So there's no outpost seemingly on planet Helix. Maybe there is a couple of great podcasts though. And let's just set a landing target.
I need to pick a convenient corpse to leave
and check it out
on to pick up on my way out. Right, this guy will do.
So we'll do a little bit of exploration, then we'll pick up on a mission of some sort, and we'll basically explore the galaxy as Space Rangers. You are a toy. Exit ship.
I am not detecting any living creatures.
No living creatures on this planet. And the temperature is minus 117 degrees, so it is cold, which means my suit might not last long, and I'm probably going to get frostbite. Hang on a minute. What's that in the distance? Do I see a ship of some kind? Interesting. Oh, there's a little... Oh, there's some... Oh, so there is buildings here. Interesting. Now, part of this... But that would be cool.
That would be cool.
I've also noticed when you sprint, your oxygen level depletes very quickly. And then if you sprint for too long, it starts to eat into your health, which is a shame. Like, I'm not a very fit individual, but even I could sprint for longer than this guy can. Albeit I'm not wearing a spacesuit and gravity.
Yeah, I was going to say he's wearing quite a heavy spacesuit.
Yeah. But maybe I'm being a little bit harsh on him. But even when you're on planets with normal gravity, it is a little bit frustrating that you get tired so quick. There's a ship. Is that going to crash or is it going to land? I've not seen that before. So there's two ships now. Landing. Interesting. What do you think we'll see, chat? What do you think we'll see? Is this another ship coming in? I can hear ships. No. Now, I'm guessing you can just build up a fleet of ships.
I'm guessing so, yeah.
Because what I have noticed is you can kind of expand your crew. So as you meet people, Richie, you'll have the option to hire them as part of your flight crew, but you obviously only have limited spaces on your initial ship. So you can build the ship out bigger in the shipbuilder, which I haven't really looked into yet. I got to the shipbuilder part at like 1 in the morning and thought I don't have time to learn a whole shipbuilding mini game within it. It's similar to, I think Fallout has a base builder mechanic, and that's a whole thing unto itself as well. Gather resources, build parts, build your ship, build your base. So I'm not quite there yet, but I'm more than happy to steal a ship and put my surplus crew on that instead. See what's going on here. Right. Don't see any signs of life. There is a big helium deposit. Ship landing site discovered. Can I get aboard the ship? And jump up there. Great. Oh, there's a dude with his dog, aka giant alien frog thing. Right. Now, my immediate thing in any video game was to shoot to kill, but he doesn't seem...
I do feel the need to point out that he's maybe not the alien, because you're probably the alien.
yeah, technically I'm the person. So this is Paisley Hopkins with his pet Grumble. Let's go chat to Paisley and see if we get a mission from Paisley, see what the crack is. Hey Paisley, random human I've encountered on a random planet.
You fixing to buy anything? Got a full stock?
Oh, she sells stuff. What are the chances? Does your pet have a name?
Sure does. His full name is Groeneveld Hubble von Houten III.
Wow.
But I call
Groeneveld
him
Hubble von Houten III, aka
He's a grumpy
Grumble.
old lizard, so the name fits, but he's also family.
That's cool. She's got a pet lizard. What brings you out here?
Besides selling you stuff, I'm just taking him on a little walk so he can stretch out his little feet.
She's literally taking her lizard for a walk, Richie.
He may have 6 eyes, but he's blonder than a bat in a rock concert.
As you do. Brenton says, look out for Tuscan Raiders. They are always a problem on space planets. Although I do feel like this planet might be a little bit cold for them. Although none Star Wars will get like a winter equivalent, you know, like Pokemon. There's an alternative version of every character in Star Wars. Hjorvat says, is this Cloud? Oh, this is in fact Cloud. Yes, Hjorvat's running through a Chrome browser. This one is this week. Where did you get your pet? I kind of want to pet Grumble myself.
She found him back when he was still yolking the egg. Saved him from poachers, pardon the pun.
Take Hess.
Poachers.
What sort of traits did you pick in the end? Because obviously I didn't watch the first stream.
What, my class? Like who I am?
Yeah.
I'm a cyber runner. I don't really know what that... It's like stealthy things, but I don't know how much that's really impacted my playthrough so far.
I think it's just setting your initial traits, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all, see, I found a lot of them, like... It's like, oh yeah, you can get bonus points with this kind of factions. Like, I have no idea who any of these factions are, so I didn't pick any of them.
Ah, okay.
Well, I went for a Ronin.
Yeah, that Ronin seems about right.
With the introvert trait. So I'm a lone warrior wandering through space.
She has 5 med packs.
And unfortunately, at the moment, I've got a stupid robot following me. And I'm trying to be stealthy, and he's just a massive robot.
Whoa, are you talking about Vasco?
Yeah.
He's not a stupid
seems
robot.
Cool.
He is
he
cool.
Seems cool, but I'd rather he stay with the ship.
Right, I'm buying a few things because she's selling a few things. What weapons has she got? I've got better guns than that already. Resources. It's all good. Okay. Well, nice to meet you, Paisley. Now, I do have a mission of my own, which is to get my own self a pet lizard. If I can do that, then Starfield is 10 out of 10 game of the year for me.
The scratches on the floor, Chris. This is kind of... I'm getting kind of horror vibes here in this mission.
Well, I've heard there are certain things you can come across in space where the game does turn into almost like a Dead Space-esque style
that's what
game.
I'm getting from this mission I'm on. Like, there's a few Crimson Raiders around. There's a lot of dead scientists. Some look like some broken cages and stuff, and like loads of scratches along the floor. It's very like heavy atmosphere. I'm guessing you've played through this mission already, because it's like one of the opening missions.
Most likely, yeah. Right.
You probably played through it on stream.
I probably did. Right, what's over there? Oh, unknown. Let's go explore the unknown then. I do wonder if at any point you get like speeder bikes or
like that have a high probability
anything to just explore quicker rather than be on foot all the time. Like even humans have, and NASA have the space rover, right? The Mars rover and such.
You've got to get something, I'd imagine, because like
traversing
Skyrim
a planet on
horses.
foot is tedious at best.
Did Fallout have anything? I can't remember.
No good asking me. I'm sure chat knows. It must have had something. Yorba, yeah, looks good. Is it just you fix your internet or is it xCloud better? So it's probably a bit of both. However, I will say, we've not spoken about it yet, but booting up xCloud yesterday, 10-minute wait to get into xCloud, or Xbox Cloud Gaming, I should say. Which I've never seen it that extreme.
In some ways, that's a good thing, because it shows that people are using it, and then Microsoft will continue to improve it.
True, very true.
In other ways, it's a pain in the ass afterwards.
Today it was down to 5 minutes. I don't know if they're just their servers are more balanced to deal with it, or what.
Okay.
But yeah, it does look good. I have also fixed my internet as well, hopefully, permanently, touch wood. Right, colonists. So I've found a substation. No enemies yet. Ship.
How do you level up?
Just through experience.
No, I mean, I've got the experience, but how do you actually perform your level up?
Into your menu, and then top right is your skills.
Okay.
And then you can spend your skill points in each of these tabs.
Yeah.
I've kind of just gone for a mix of all of them at the moment. I'm not like committing to one, because the early doors, they all sound like quite beneficial. Like everything on the top row is like, yeah, I could do with more health. Yeah, I could do with better breathing. Yeah, I could do with carrying more. Yes, I could do with better gun damage.
Right, I'm going to get pretty much everything in the top row of every one of them while I'm thinking out
then decide,
then narrow down. Yeah, I think I might go for weightlifting to start. That feels like it's going to be a problem. Right, tech seems to be ship stuff, which I don't care about right now. Science surveying could be useful. Research methods.
Yeah, Shin said he had to wait quite a few minutes tonight for it as well, which again, yeah, I don't think it's the end of the world. If you think about it, if you had a really bad PC, the loading time alone, you'll be paid back in dividends just by the load times being faster. Like, this is a lot smoother than my PC can run it, I will say that.
I'll be honest, I'm a lot harsher with GeForce now on the load times.
You're paying for it.
Because that's all you're paying for is access. Where with Game Pass, it sucks, but I'll give them a bit more leeway because you're also paying for the game.
Now, one of my, I guess, bugbears a little bit with the exploration is there's no, from what I've seen, again, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm wrong, is there's no kind of like, there's no map for the planet I'm on. So
there isn't, but there is you do have the survey thing that as a percentage.
Yeah, but that doesn't tell me where I'm at in the world or which direction to head in.
I'm with you.
So like there's no, so like now I've found an outpost, I've turned myself around, I don't really remember where I came from other than like running off into the distance to find something, and as soon as I go to the map, it just takes me to the star map, which is the whole planet. It's like,
yeah, that seems a bit of an oversight.
So do I just like kind of walk for eternity and hope to find like a mission or something? Like, I've explored this planet with the hope of something to do, really. I'm not going to be one of those ones. LB for direction.
I wonder if they've intentionally removed it to stop everyone like exploring every little nook and cranny of every single planet, and then kind of burning out in the game because you make no progress. To kind of go in, have it explored, then move on when you think you're done.
Ooh. It is saying the secret outpost at Denola B is 900 meters away, so we might have actually stumbled across that secret outpost, Richie.
Oh, nice.
Somehow. Through exploration with no maps. So evidently it can work, and as you said, that might just be the fun of the exploration.
Yeah, it feels like it might be an intentional decision. Just prevent you getting just too bogged down.
However, I am now 900 meters away, and with the option to sprint, and my sprint is limited by my guy's fitness.
Just get fitter.
I mean, I don't know if is this like Grand Theft Auto? Does my character, like San Andreas, does my character get fitter by doing exercise?
I mean, I've only leveled up once, so I can't really tell, but I'm guessing your basic stats will increase over time.
Need to turn on and off with LB to get the arrows. What arrows?
Oh yeah, when you're tracking a target, you'll get almost like a GPS thing on the floor.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Again, I'm talking like, I just want like an overview so I can see where I'm at in retrospect to everything I've discovered and how far I am from things. I'm a very visual learner. I need things like laid out for me so I know where exactly I'm at, like points of reference on a map. Like if I go to a city that I'm not familiar with, I need like landmarks so I know where the hell I'm at and which direction I'm facing. Like where's the nearest river? Let me go from there.
Yeah, I mean, I've just noticed for the first time that you don't seem to have your standard like RPG stats like strength and agility. I can't seem to find anywhere where they show me them.
I'm getting tired again. Let's go for a leisurely jaunt on the planet. In terms of weapons though, I've got quite a lot of weapons now. I've kind of kitted out. I've got my laser cutter tool. I've got a radioactive rescue axe. Quite cool.
I'm just using a standard axe as I'm sneaking up and just axing people in the back.
Can I ask you a question? Yeah! In the back. Dead. The answer was death.
I do have other weapons. I'm just kind of like keeping one of each weapon I find at the moment.
Well, actually, if you go and become a space ranger like I am, they give you a deputy's hat, outfit, and a Deadeye pistol, which is basically a space revolver. So, if you want to be a cool sheriff on the moon, Space Ranger is the path for you.
I've got a couple of pistols that I've picked up off some corpses.
Right. So now, here we are on my...
Oh, I'm under attack. Running away.
Kind of second bugbear, Richie.
Yeah.
You know the little mini-map marker that said was going to take us to that secret outpost?
Yeah.
It hasn't taken me to a secret outpost. It's taking me back to my ship to then go and find the secret outpost. And this has happened to me in several missions now, where I get turned around, I see a marker, I bring up the scanner, and I go, oh, it says that's the mission objective point, and all it does is takes me right back to my damn cockpit,
Get out the way, Vasco.
which then means I have the entire universe to find this marker with no heads up or idea of the direction.
This might be one that you're meant to just stumble across while you go on another adventure.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
Let's have a look at the navigation console. Right, so evidently the mission we're looking at is not... It's not part of this. So... Let's go back to our missions. We're not going to find that one. Did you say distress call was one of the ones you wanted to report to?
Yeah. Seems like it.
Someone named Alban Lopez is sending a distress call asking for help from List. I could drop by and investigate. He's on Piazza 2, which I have been there before. So let's set a course. Set a course for Piazza. Piazzi, sorry, 2. Yes. And then jump. And that's again, all these kind of jumps are one of the things I was surprised by. So it's just you go into a menu to do the fast travel, and then you get a cutscene for the ship, and then you appear outside the planet. I thought there would be a bit more dynamic travel going on. Yeah, I thought that Brendan hit X on the Mantis mission. So when you go to, I think because it's not got a specific location, or might be, I don't know. They're unexplored routes, so I don't know where it's at yet. Oh, there's the planet though, I guess. Okay. So you can find it through the menu system rather than exploring.
Vasco, get out the way. Get out the
Denny
way.
Bowler.
He's just stood between me and a Crimson Raider, and it's like, I want to kill this guy.
Unexplored route, which means to get there, I have to hyper travel through multiple star systems, which seems like it's going to be a lot of jumps so far. So thank you for that. Thank you. But I think we'll go and do this one instead, because it's right there. Then, yeah, so when we're talking about landing on a planet, Richie, I'm outside Piazzi 2. I can see the objective on the planet. It's 6,000 kilometers away. All I can really do is, I guess, travel the 6,000 kilometers manually, which will take forever. Or, when you highlight over it, you can press X, opens up the planet map, which is the menu, scan the planet, Mass Effect style.
Alana Pace's stream,
Yeah.
she just went through Pluto and out the other side, so it might just be you just go straight through and out the other side.
Yeah, yeah, true. And there it is, Lopez's farm. Select the target and then land. So it seems like every planet has 2 or 3 towns, for lack of a better term, or like villages or like exploration pieces, and the rest of it is just void, maybe with some procedural animals, creatures, fauna, flora, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it feels like they've kind of like probably done like 25, mapped out 25% of each planet and left the rest for like the AI to fix.
Which is obviously no mean task, so no surprise there.
Yeah.
Right, let's go see.
But I don't think it's from what I've seen, I don't think it's procedurally generated like on your save. I think it's just that's how they just created it.
So, Alban Lopez. Let's talk to Alban.
I'm not afraid to use this to
Whoa!
defend my home
Pulls a
and
gun
my
on me
family.
straight away.
But you sure as hell don't look like any spacer.
I'm not a spacer. I'm a space ranger. Your broadcast made it sound like you're in trouble. Put the gun down if you know what's good for you. You're the one who sent the distress call. Yeah, damn, you're right.
Easy there. But you came here, what, to help? Looking for some sort of reward?
I mean, yeah, if you're paying me. A reward is nice, but I'm happy to help.
You're playing, but I guess I'm in. Used to be 4 families that list help set up stakes in this system. We rarely saw eye to eye in the best of times, and believe me, true, these ain't the best of times.
They're the best of times, they were the worst of times.
Only a matter of time before they end us all.
The space is starting raiding, Richie. Space Raiders? Pickled onion flavour.
And the hot and spicy are the best.
Yeah, I do like pickled onion though. Spaces are a plague on the settled systems. What are the 4 families?
The Wens and the Bandas are farmers like me. Jacqueline the mayor and her daughter have some mining operation with dreams of hitting it big.
Okay.
I've tried in the past to get us to work together, but you don't join list unless you have a healthy dollop of obstinacy.
Yeah, so it seems like all these miner / farming families will just basically work these planets. Spaces are a plague.
No arguments here. The spacers have taken out the family's list satellites, so we can't even talk to each other.
Okay.
You fix the Lopez satellite, and I'll open a secure channel, and we can sync up and get...
Right, so we're basically helping repair the communications to fellow farmers, or space farmers. Okay then, let's get to work.
I'm getting caught up in the moment, but I...
Optimistic. Space satellite. So then, I guess I need to get in my ship to... repair the communication satellite. I wonder if your medkits ever respawn on your actual own ship, or you have to buy them and fill and stock your ship up with it, which seems like an RPG kind of thing.
I think you have to craft them.
Right.
It was actually me crafting bandages is what leveled me up.
Sarge is in the chat. Heyo! I hope everyone likes my black and yellow motif I'm going for on my ship. I don't have enough money to really mod it that much, so I've just given it a paint job to make it look different. All black with some bright yellow thrusters, like a Naboo starfighter, Richie.
Nice. That's what you want.
I wish I had a Naboo starfighter. Right, so now I'm in space. Do I have to go back to the menu again? And then look for a satellite. I'm guessing in orbit, perhaps? Repair the satellite. Set course. Already at this location. Am I? Am I already at the location?
Don't know.
It doesn't look like it, yeah. Lopez satellite. Oh, unless the satellite's orbiting space.
Oh, that would make sense. It's satellite. It's literally the definition of a satellite.
There it is. Repair. Oh, I'm gonna crash into it. I crashed into the satellite. May have broke it.
Sending the data on the other satellites.
I've been.
You do hear me, right?
Oh, okay. Hang on a minute. Oh, whoa. Fixed it.
Now that's a weight off my shoulders. It's gonna take some time.
I'm during an incoming transition. I can't control my ship. That's why I crashed into the satellite.
Working hydroponics.
No
one ever says yes to that.
Okay, I see what happened. Fuck, I'm about to die. So what's happened, Richie, is I spotted the satellite. I cranked up the speed. I arrived at the satellite way too quick than I anticipated the distance.
I saw that bit. Yeah.
Fixed the satellite. And then because I fixed the satellite, that has prompted the communication with the mission objective. But unfortunately, I think the mission was to take out the people around the satellite before repairing it. But now I'm under attack whilst I'm stuck in a conversation. So my hull integrity is taking a lot of damage, but I'm stuck, unable to travel because I'm having a conversation with the dude who gave me the mission. This could be problematic. Evening Sarge in the chat. Let's so I need to get out of this chat conversation so I can defend myself. Come on, right, let's go. We're out. Hull integrity at 25%. Missiles locked onto me. I need some kind of like missile defense system. I don't really have yet. I need to get shields up. Shields up. Grav drive. Nope. My grav drive's damaged. I need to take some speed off the engine. Put it into the shields.
I think for me, I just keep my shit. I'll probably just as I'm just flying around. I'll just turn down my weapon systems. Get my shields and speed nice and high. And then if you get attacked, or you're planning to attack, you can switch over.
I'm down. Damn, that mission did not go to plan. All through my obsession with speed. I fixed the satellite though.
Cruise control.
The worst thing with that movie is getting rid of Keanu Reeves.
Probably because it was a terrible film.
Speed 1, sorry. Great movie.
Yeah.
Speed 2. Willem Dafoe as the villain as well should be good, but replacing your main protagonist with another actor who I can't even remember his name now, who's that, like, unknown, and putting him alongside Sandra Bullock when we believed in their relationship at the end of the first movie, Richie. Massive disservice. Massive disservice. Sarge in the chat asks, how are you finding your first Bethesda then, Chris? I'm enjoying it, Sarge. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. Because it's not on PlayStation, Richie, there is something to be said about I don't have that trophy allure pull. So starting this game, if I had to, exactly. If I had to get like a platinum trophy, and it's so vast and massive, that would have me concerned. But similar to our Stadia games and the Luna games, is I don't mind about achievements. I'm just here for the adventure, which I think is the right approach for this type of game. Definitely the right approach. Right, let's try this mission again, this time. Alright, yeah, don't shoot, it's me. It's the same guy who died fixing your stuff.
Because I'm the same as you, I'm not that invested in achievements in the Xbox ecosystem. The best thing about achievements is upping your game score and spending it on like another month of Game Pass, which I did recently.
Oh, nice.
So I exchanged my gamer points for another month of Game Pass Ultimate.
No arguments here. The spacers, you fixed the...
Time to get it work. Fix that satellite.
I mean, it takes a while to build it up, but still, you do actually, it is rewarding.
Literally rewarding. Right, let's go into space and let's actually take out space raiders. Take off.
There's a lot of people out there, you know, you get a lot of trophy hunters on PlayStation. A lot of people like go through every single month, all the different weekly and monthly challenges on Xbox to max out the gaming score.
Nah, I don't have time.
And if you do it, you can actually make a lot of gaming score. It means you're having to, you know, with like PlayStation Stars, how you have to focus on games that you probably can't be bothered to play.
Yeah.
Go do this achievement in this game, sort of thing.
Right, Richie. Now I know what I'm doing. There's 3 space raiders, and they're already shooting at me, which bodes well. Under fire. Get some ballistics fire at these son of bitches. Yeah, that's right.
Do you just walk around all the time with your scanner on it?
I think big chunks of the game, yeah. Right, I just need to take out one of them. I'm kind of one where I commit to one ship to make sure I can take it out. Yes, it's one down, you goddamn space raven.
Space raven?
Yeah. Missile lock on, missile lock on. Evasive maneuvers! I don't know how you avoid missiles, or if you even can. If that's a thing. I'm not sure. Oh, he's right there. And now we're behind him. Ooh. Trying to outflank me. Your hull's integrity is low. If it drops below 0, your ship will explode. Shit. Repair the ship. Right, there's 2 down. 2 down. Can I capture that? Ah, I'll worry about that after I've repaired my ship. Hull integrity back up. Take down ballistics. Let's put more into the shields, please, Captain. Repair the ship. Let's get behind this last Raven. Oh, we're on him. We're on him, folks. We're on him. Let's go to the wide shot. Lock on. Oh, we're head to head. Missiles away. Yeah, I do hope the space combat kind of like as you improve your ship. So I have made some choice improvements to like my weapons just to bump them a little bit. And he's toast. We did it, Richie. We killed the space raiders.
Now destroy the satellite.
I'm stealing. No.
And steal its valuables.
No.
Become the space raider yourself.
I could if I had destroyed the ships. Apparently, if you disable the ships, you can board them and kill all the crew like the old-fashioned way. But I'm yet to do that yet.
That'd be cool for the stream.
It would. Evening Crazy Bad in the chat. Hope you're good. Ooh, there's some credits. Tasty. Salvage. Hungry Moogle in the chat as well says, evening gents, hope everyone is having a great day. No volume at the moment as he's rocking a sleepy baby, so forgot his headphones. So no, apparently I was just about to say we'll gesture towards you, but then he won't know I'm gesturing towards him because he doesn't have sound, so that would be pointless. Crazy Bad, having started playing Starfield via Cloud 2, only just on the first flight experience. Well, we're not that far ahead. I think we said our plan tonight was to just have a bit of fun, explore the galaxies.
Yeah, Chris is ahead of me. I'm playing at the same time, but I've literally just done like the main flight tutorial, then landed on the first planet. So I'm probably about 20 minutes ahead of you.
Most likely. Saj in the chat says, is the game blurry on Cloud? It's not. It's playing on Cloud. We've done a lot of streams using Xbox, and this looks great. Like, I'm not having any noticeable lag. There's no refresh rate going on. The load times are fantastic from what we've seen so far.
I'm seeing Chris play this natively through the cloud, and he's streaming to me on Discord, and it looks about as good on Discord as it is for me playing on my Series S at 1080p.
Well, hey, shout out.
So that's a double stream I'm watching effectively. So
double screen.
And Discord is actually pretty crap at streaming because sometimes it does go pixelated.
Yeah,
which this seems to be solid. Now I'm wondering, was that just a case of your internet?
I mean,
this seems
very
pretty
much
sharp and solid. Where before, occasionally it'd go over as the stream wore on, it'd go pixelated, and I'd stop it, reload the stream,
start again,
reopen it, and it'd be fine.
There you go. It might well be. I'm just about to wind up Alban Lopez, so now I'll fix the satellite, and he's asking if everything okay. One of the responses is blueberry, elephants. Seriously, it's working fine. I want to wind him up.
Wait, what? Oh, hardy har har.
Hardy har har.
Take some time dealing with someone competent. I don't suppose you want a job working hydroponics.
What are hydroponics, Richie, would you say?
Hydroponics?
Yeah. So something to do with water. What are ponics?
I don't know. Ponics.
Ponics. Hydroponics. Now, he's a farmer, so... Interesting. Well, I didn't crash into the satellite that time.
improvement.
Definite improvement, marked improvement. So we've got travel back to the planet. Let's see if he wants us there. Actually, let's go back to the missions and see if we did that one. Repair the communication satellite. Oh, there's other communication satellites. I see. Let's have a look then. Piazza 1. Set course. The satellite. I'm guessing I'm going to go from satellite to satellite, kill some space raiders, repair the satellite, and then be a hero. But yeah, Sarge, if you're curious about the game on cloud, if you own the game or you have Game Pass, you can test it out yourself on your own mobile device. You can test it out on a web browser. Or otherwise, I'm under attack.
Have you tried it on your phone yet?
Yeah, ran fine. Yeah, it took me 10 minutes to get into the game, but once I was there...
Let's show you how popular cloud is at the moment.
I'm upside down.
How do you know?
Well,
Which way is the universe even orientated?
well, who knows?
So we might look at Earth and go, yeah, the North Pole's at the top, the South Pole's at the bottom, we all agree on that. And then every other species in the universe goes, what do you mean? East is at the top.
It could be. We could all be living a dream. Oh, I went into photo mode. We've all done that. Accidentally went into photo mode.
I do like, it's an interesting way to put photo mode actually when you go through your scan and go, oh, there's photo mode. It's better than the usual double press of the analog sticks, which sometimes can end up accessing photo mode going in a hectic situation.
Yeah, I've done that many times.
In games like that, I usually just disable photo mode. I think that.
And there's another one down. Repair the hull. Missile lock. Boost, get out of there. Right, I'm boosting around. Taking the long route. Head in. Oh, you didn't expect those ballistic missiles. You goddamn pickled onion, Space Raider. Oh, you're going down. Play chicken with me. Woohoo! Stole all your space shit too. Space Raider. Collecting loads of space garbage. And there is the satellite. Let's go investigate. Barrel roll!
Now, chat, let me know, can you dual wield in this game?
I did hear someone on another podcast ask that, and I don't think anyone knew the answer. Boost to the satellite.
Because that would be cool.
Don't crash into the satellite, Chris. Slow it down.
Oh, I'm detected.
Another satellite.
Repaired.
And broadcasting. Lopez to Lemaire. Jacqueline, are you there?
So, Richie, you've asked a question in the chat. What do people think, or you specifically, Richie, think the first game of 2024 will be for PlayStation and Xbox?
What sort of game are you playing?
I don't know. I can't remember what when Final Rebirth comes out. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I know that's early next year, but I want to say that's maybe April.
That's the only one really confirmed for next year, right? Like, we don't have a date for Wolverine yet, and we don't know any other titles, so...
I think Wolverine's a few years out, actually. I think Wolverine is at best later in the year.
To the other families.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get Wolverine next year. I think the following year. Obviously, they've got two teams working on it, Spider-Man 2, and then probably Wolverine in tandem with it. My guess is, yeah, a 2 year. Because remember, Insomniac, they also got out Ratchet & Clank and Miles Morales between the last Spider-Man, which is 2018. So in the last 5 years, they've got 3 games out. So
there could be surprises. It could be a case of there's been a few rumours around a PlayStation showcase soonish.
For so long.
You could get a Ghost of Tsushima 2.
I'd love one that quick.
If they went, okay, Ghost of Tsushima 2, it's out January, and that's going to be the big game for the first half of the year or something.
Could very well be.
I'm assuming we're sticking to exclusives here.
Yeah, you said first party. Which is Rebirth exclusive to PlayStation like 16 was, or is it?
It's not first party, but it is exclusive. It might be on PC, but I don't know when.
Space Raiders.
Yeah, Rebirth is still early 2024, so it could be could be January. Could be January 1st.
Like the shields at maximum. Oh, I need to get past all of these. My ship is going to need some drastic repairs. Oh, missile lock on. Not good. That's one down. Let's boost the hell out of that. Hold integrity. Is it holding up? Oh, it's coming right for me. Oh, but he turned away, coward. It's always in a dogfight where it's space or aeroplanes. You never want to get caught out with them behind you, do you? Like this guy, because then they can just have pot shot, unless you got a rear-facing cannon of some sort. It's just a chase till the end. He's down, boys. Space Scarab. Now I've still got the original ship, so I've not.
Was that like a black hole you're flying towards?
No, I think it's just an eclipse, so the sun's behind it.
That's cool.
You know the ring around the sun? So like what you can see there. Obviously this isn't the sun, but that ring. That's called a corona. Where the beer gets its name from.
Let's go with the Equinox rifle.
Bandana. Repair the satellite. Xbox. I think the first Xbox One, Richie, has been. What's the game? It's a sequel made by the Ukrainian studio who had to relocate to Prague. I think. Stalker 2, yeah. Stalker 2, yeah. I think that's the first Xbox One that it was supposed to come out at the beginning of this year, right? But due to obviously the shit going on over there, they've had to delay, relocate, fight wars, check on their family, all the important stuff in life. So no surprise. I think everyone's happy to wait as long as possible, but I'd imagine that is ready to go.
I've decided I want to kill Vasco.
Why do you not like Vasco?
He's just in the way.
Well, swap him out for someone else. You don't need to murder the poor robot.
I can't because I'm just too early in the game.
Well,
so I'm trying to sneak around his base. I'm trying to fight through these Crimson Raiders, and he just keeps walking in front of me.
Wow. Richie, the robot murderer.
Well, just don't walk in front of my bullets. Like
He's trying to defend
enemies.
you.
I don't want him to. He's in the way.
Right, repair the WEN community. Right, last satellite. Hungry Removal says, yeah, Rebirth till early 2024, could be March, like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Hoping that with Final Fantasy XIV coming to Xbox and 7 rumoured to be a Switch 2 launch game, that Rebirth won't be locked to PS5 for the first year. It's... With Square Enix, it could be anything, couldn't it? It could be 6 months, it could be way more. We never will know. Good news for Final Fantasy 16 fans this week, though, Richie.
DLC?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that on this week's podcast because... I'm hyped for that. I thought the game was fantastic, and usually, like at early doors, they said none is coming. So the fact that they changed their mind on that one is great for me. I'd quite happily take a Final Fantasy 16 too.
It depends what the DLC is, really.
Exactly, and how the story ends, because you don't know how the story ends yet. So
I do not.
Is there even a
I
possibility
barely know anything
for
about
DLC?
the story. I managed to keep quite away from it. I don't know when I'm going to play that game.
Would you have thought at the beginning of the year we would sit here and I would have the platinum in Final Fantasy 16 and you haven't even touched it yet?
Nope.
How mad's that? I would not have thought that in a million years if anyone asked me. No idea. Crazy. Sednar in the chat. Good evening, Sednar. Hope you're having a good week. Hope you're staying cool. I hope a lot of our fans out there, audience members, are staying cool because it's been one damn hot week, Richie. 4 days in a row breaking the record heat temperatures in the UK for September. Hey. Although we did
I
have
had
a pretty
fridge at
shitty
work
summer,
break.
so...
I had to call an engineer in to fix my fridge.
Did you climb in the fridge at work to stay cool again?
Yeah, I have walk-in fridges. I have done that. I genuinely have done that in the past.
Ah, a walk-in fridge would be like a godsend.
Oh, they're good. I mean, I'm not sure how you'd justify to your boss buying one, but...
No. The best investment I made this year was buying an air conditioning unit, like a proper air conditioning unit, back in March when they weren't, like, price hiked up for summer. When it was still freezing cold in March, picked one up on the cheap, and oh, those, like, really humid warm nights, beep, press the button on. It makes a hell of a racket, but it's almost like a white noise hum. Don't forget about it, and I've not once this summer failed to get to sleep because of the heat, which I know you'll remember, like the heat wave we had last year. You basically just suffer for 3 or 4 days of not being able to fully rest and settle because you're clammy, you're sticky, you duvet, you want it on, but then you do still get a bit chilly in the night, so you want it on you, and it's a whole thing, especially in the UK where we have thick brick houses built for winter weather.
Yeah, damn this good insulation.
Damn
We
it,
both
yeah.
live in very modern houses, so the insulation is actually quite good.
Damn you, breeze blocks. Keeping up the chill.
One thing I do is, because my bedroom is an entire floor of my house, so I have windows on either side, so I can get a bit of a cross breeze, which is quite nice.
Oh yeah, you've mentioned that before. That's always cool. The last satellite, there was no enemies. The last 3, there was enemies to take down. This one's just chilling out there in space, above orbit. Interesting video I watched about satellites actually yesterday. Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about it was like the space-time continuum, as he does casually, and he was basically saying because satellites are so far beyond our orbit trajectory, is their time is different to ours on Earth because they're circling a wider circumference essentially, and saying that when they send information back and down, it's technically out of sync by a couple of seconds than our time on Earth is. So every satellite up in orbit is actually it counterbalances it by adjusting the time ever so slightly. So a second on this satellite I'm looking at right here will have to be a few microseconds longer than a second would be on Earth, and this is when it gets into that funny interstellar shit, Richie, where it's like, so technically that satellite is living in a different time than I am, even though it exists in the same time.
Yeah, it's called time dilation.
We need to go to Schrodinger's planet.
It's part of the theory of special relativity.
Yeah, it was always Einstein's theory of relativity, absolutely. But as soon as you watch any video like that, or you watch Interstellar or movie, it makes you just think, we know nothing. Human beings know nothing of space, time, physics, anything like that. Baffling. I mean, we know a little bit. In terms of the grand scheme of the universe, you know nothing.
Yeah. In the grand scheme of things, but I know about time dilation.
Hungry Moogle says it's going to be 39 degrees tomorrow for where he is. That is hot. That is too hot. Right, I wasn't listening to Pua Lopez, so let's see what he wants me to do. Report back. Report back then. Family rendezvous. Did you ever used to say rendezvous as a child? Rendezvous or something? Because you didn't quite get the French. I always thought it was like rendezvous or something. I saw a video today of, Timothy Chalamet in Dune. He's the actor in Dune. He's going to be Willy Wonka in the new movie.
Oh, I didn't see Dune.
Yeah. I saw someone today called him Chalamet. Because that's exactly what I would have done back in the day, because I'm like, I don't know how to pronounce Chalamet. It's spelled M-E-T at the end.
Yeah, it's one of them things when you've only ever seen it written down.
Yeah. Same with, as a child, I used to call the Grand Prix the Grand Prix, and my dad thought it was hilarious and he never corrected me on it. So like well into my teenage years, I was still calling it the Grand Prix, and he just thought,
when he was 29.
Yeah, it was last week. It actually happened last week.
Yeah, your dad told me never to correct you.
Never correct me. Absolutely. Why would you?
What would you do if your dad literally had told me before, like, just, this is a joke, don't correct him?
Don't. Just let him go through his entire life thinking that.
Don't ruin this for me.
Oh yeah, way hotter than 18, indeed. Cube Apple in the chat. Evening, Cube Apple. Hope you're good. Yeah, we're both liking the game so far. I'm about 11 hours in. Richie is now 2 and a bit.
Yeah, 2 and a bit.
2 and a bit. Right, report back to Alban Lopez on Jacqueline's ship. What does that mean? Do I need to steal Jacqueline's ship? Do I need to board Jacqueline's ship? Oh, there's Jacqueline's ship. Hail.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah, dock. The docking sequence is cool. It's very Interstellar. We just don't need Matt Damon coming in and fecking it all up.
That's a pain in the ass. So I've just went back to the corpse in this base where I jumped to loads of stuff, and it's reset.
Huh. What, the
Reset the
corpse?
loot
Is
is?
in the corpse alive again, or?
No, the loot just reset back to what it was before I dumped a load of my gear in there. But I dumped a ton of cool stuff, like all my resources that I collected.
Huh.
So I was thinking, I was doing the classic thing I've done
Leave it.
before in Bethesda games, right? Here's a corpse. I will pick a convenient corpse, dump a load of stuff in there.
Oh, so you use
And
it
then
like a
I'll come back for it
storage
later.
corpse.
Yeah,
Like
storage
a,
corpse.
like a tauntaun.
And then when you're done and you're ready to leave, you go collect the stuff.
Ah, can't do that. Not in a procedurally generated world. Maybe, I don't know. It might be a
It's just the
glitch.
fact it's
Try it
reset.
again. Try your corpse theory with other things. I will say, watch out for whenever you're collecting all the loot lying around, anything that's got a little red or amber marker next to it, like an arrow. If you steal that, it will be stealing, and people will grass you up or call the police. Found that out the hard way. What actually happened to me in my time between streams playing is I accidentally tripped over a cleaning robot in a pub, and it reported me to the police and I got arrested. And even though I was willing to pay the fine for accidentally kicking the cleaning robot, they arrested me, and it started off this whole branching path of the security detail wanted me to work for them to help them out clean out some problems on the planet, all because I tripped over a cleaning robot. So
Yeah.
shit
While
can
drunk in the
happen.
bar, I tripped over a robot that was just cleaning by my feet because I didn't see it.
We've all
and
been
now,
there, right?
And now I'm cleaning up bandits for the security detail
Yeah.
to avoid being arrested, going to jail. Like, what? This is a bad night out.
Should work. Cube Apple says this should work. It should work, Richie. I have a corpse on my ship that I use as a storage bin. You guys are brutal.
I don't know.
First
It's
things
just
first.
I went back
You
to
did
it,
an
and
honest
it's
day's
just
work,
it
you
was just
deserve an
gone.
honest day's
Like
pay.
all my stuff was gone.
Maybe try it again. It might just been a
Heartfelt
glitch or something.
compliments. But I expect you
I got
know
paid
what's
for my
coming
satellite
next.
work, which is good to
We're
know.
not military folk,
Fixing a
and I'm not
satellite out
ashamed
in
to
space
say
is
we
no
are
mean
out of
feat.
our depth.
I'm glad I'm
Pay
not the
you
only
more,
person who
much
uses
more.
the corpse
We can help
storage
keep
trick.
The spacers out of our
You just
system
it's
for
not
good.
necessarily. It doesn't have to be a corpse. You just pick
Coordinate our efforts to
something
do so.
that is memorable,
Tell me
so
what
you remember
need.
where you left all your stuff.
Right, you are. So we're not babes in the woods. Each family
I'm
has a
taking
ship
down
or
more
two and
space
armed
raiders
men
by the
and
sounds of it
that
to
can
help out these
handle
farmers.
themselves in a firefight.
Hungry Moogle in the chat asks, how do you say
Problem is,
cacophony?
admittedly, a self-inflicted
Cacophony.
injury.
That's how I say it.
My family
That's how I
was
said
here
it.
first, and when Liz sent other families
Cacophony? How else would you
perhaps
say
they
it?
didn't take to it
Cacophony.
kindly. Might be I made an odd credit
I think that's a
here,
word though
there, at
I
their
had
expense.
pronounced before,
Something
saw written
Lemaire
down.
especially has never let me live down.
Yeah, the same,
Now
yeah.
we need the Lemaires and the Bandits both, I reckon.
So we need to unite all the farmers, it looks like. We can convince them,
I
dude.
wouldn't hold my breath with Jack.
It's always
can.
the words that you
is
see
good
written
folk.
down first. That like
We
Well,
need
I've said
to
on
cooperate
the
now.
podcast before
Also
that
in the
I always
future,
used to think the guys,
we
the
need a
devs who
mutual
make
defense pact.
Gran Turismo, Polyphony,
mercenary
I always thought they were
commander,
called polyphony.
Polyphony.
Because like, as a kid playing Gran Turismo 1, I'd never seen that word before in my life, so you just kind of read it phonetically how it looks spelled. And yeah, polyphony.
What I don't get
Polyphony.
is like when people like pronounce Sega wrong. They go Sega. It's like
Sega.
literally every time you open a Sega game, it goes Sega. It tells you how to say
And
it.
they go, Sega. Yeah, I get it,
Sega,
I get it.
you're wrong.
Sega. Sega! Hungry Moogle says it the
We
same
need
as
to
us.
stand together.
Yeah.
We do
It's
need to
as
stand
simple
together.
as
Let's
that.
go check out this person then. Right, Jacqueline Lemaire, team up with us or die.
Is a con man and a thief.
Whoa!
Well,
Associated
looks like
with
you're gonna
life
have to
can
murder her.
reflects poorly on your
She doesn't like
character.
Lopez. It reflects poorly on my character. Love, you don't even know who I am. I'm a goddamn
Stabber.
space ranger. Formerly a
anyone who
miner.
says anyone who tells you team up or die, you just should immediately kill.
My only goal here is to kick the spaces out of the system. Period. Yeah, I don't really care about that in the politics with
My
this
DM
crew. The
misjudged
main
you.
missions I kind of do. These are just space farmers.
So here's
I'm
the
just
deal.
here to get some
Odds are
money, kill
good
some
my
space
crew can
raiders,
hold out against
and get
the
out.
spacers all by ourselves. If we're gonna band together,
But you know what I do need to do
I
that,
have
Richie?
the most to contribute and the
Another
most
drink.
to lose.
Have you got a drink
Smart
tonight?
play for my
I
interests
have.
What are you
is the
drinking?
Lemaire's
I'm
hunker
drinking
down
Brooklyner.
and outlast the storm.
It's an
Brooklyner.
American beer.
Ooh, did you get a taste for that whilst you were in New York?
Yeah, it was all right. I might have had
was?
it before, but because it has been over here for a while, but it was one of them that seemed to be everywhere when I was in New York, and it was nice. So I kept drinking it.
Not a bad one.
And it's on offer in a local shop.
That always helps. That always helps.
It does.
I'm on the Thatcher's Blood Orange, which is a new concoction for this summer. And I found it last week whilst on holiday, and I've since drank about 20 cans of it, which is it's got that like perfectly sweet orange flavour. Why don't they do this in a non-alcoholic form? It's delicious. I used to like the Bulmer's Blood Orange. It reminds me of something from my childhood, and I just love it. But yeah, the little tiny cans are too easy to drink. Right, this lady wants me either to persuade her to fight or pay credit. I am paying $2,000 for you to save your own ass.
I'm telling you, stab her in the face.
I'm not sure we even need you, bitch. Right, I'm going to try and persuade her, saying, look, you're going to die if you don't team up.
I may not be some sort of military expert.
You are not a military expert. Neither am I. But if there's going to be a group of bandits coming in with weapons and you're a farmer, chances are they're going to win. Bandana Lopez alliance without you will affect your interest down the road. Do you want us to fight your battles for you? It's going to be the adventure of a lifetime. Now, the persuasion thing with conversations I haven't really got down yet. Is there a usual go-to Bethesda trope for these? Like, I've got +1, +4, +6, and I don't know if I'm just pissing her off or...
It changes in every game.
I've not successfully done one.
I've only tried one. I didn't understand what I was doing. But to be fair, it was a Crimson Raider leader who I was planning to kill anyway. So, I didn't care too that much. That failed.
But it says at the bottom there's like a 6-point persuasion meter, and I have 3 turns, so 3 dialogue options to convince her. And I don't know if I just need to add the numbers up, or do I risk pissing her off, or do I need to like play into the conversation? So either way, I'm going to say, like, joining the defense pact is the right thing to do. See if that works.
It's probably kind of, I don't know what the numbers are for, but I think it's probably kind of figuring out, understanding the character you're talking to and what might motivate her.
Okay, so Cube Apple says, if you look on the bottom, it says how many points you need. So that must be the little white markers. So I only need 2 more to convince her within 3 turns. So if you fill the media persuader, okay, that makes sense. You have limited options, right? Oh, so I guess it's not really guesswork. I just need to add the numbers up, right? So
potentially,
joining the...
Do I?
Oh, she didn't like that. Okay, I need to convince her, right? So the numbers get me the points, but it might be the wrong answer. So whatever I just said there did not work.
So if you go for then, I think you went for +6 when you need 2. So you've tried probably tried a bit too hard.
I've pushed my luck. I've pushed my luck, yeah. And the number says how many meter fills, but the green is the best chance, red is the low chance, right? Well, I need 3 points now, so I'm just going to say we need it.
I hadn't considered the financial.
She's considering the financial side of it. She's a cold-hearted businesswoman.
You might have a
point. I did persuade her, so thank you, Cube Apple, for the help.
Fine. Let Alban know that I'm willing to try this defense pact for now.
He's willing to try. That's so nice of you. Get Chanda Banda to join the pact as well, right? Where is Chanda Banda?
A defense pact gives us a real chance at a future.
He's literally called Chanda Banda. Cool.
Hello, stranger. Your work in getting the satellites up?
Yep.
You've done us a good turn.
I got the satellites working.
It was paying work, but a lot of mercs wouldn't even take a list contract. You hear?
Oh, Alban was hoping you'd join the defense pact. We want to organize a bake sale. Why'd you turn down a list contract? Yeah.
I figured he might. I mean, I agree that right now coming together makes sense.
How do you
but
unframe
going
it
forward, it's hard to imagine Jackie and Alban working together for the long haul.
Go to your menu, and I think you press Y on it, maybe?
That's the favourite, but I can't get rid of the heart symbol.
That is your favourite.
It's not in my quick access. I don't want to favourite it anymore.
Sure. Sell it. Stuff. Dump it. Glad you want to help. I'm sure they can learn to cooperate.
If you say so. Well, the bandits will join the defense pact. We got 1 ship operational, another we can patch up. It's not much, but you'll have...
Yay! Chinanda Banda is in the defense pact. Now talk to Lopez about the defense pact.
We band together. Not only can we deal with the current
right, before we go into this defense pact, I'm going to get another drink. So in my stead, Richie, why don't you tell the wonderful people about the GamerGuild Podcast?
But you mean the GamerGuild Podcast that is out every single Monday on youtube.com/Helix So /GamerGuildTV and on podcast services all around the globe by searching for GamerGuildTV podcast, where you can listen to Chris, Rob, and myself break down all the gaming news from all platforms. In an unrestricted show, we usually go for about an hour to an hour and a half, but we've no solid limit on it anymore. Again, every single Monday, and make sure you turn up. Make sure you have the notifications turned on, the bell icons hit up. And if you can give a bit of a review on the podcast services, it does help us out. We also have, obviously, our live streams every Thursday, where at the moment, probably going to be a lot of Starfield. And we have a new merch show. We can get an awesome t-shirt, like the one I am wearing. And I just had to double check that I was wearing a GamerGuild t-shirt there. But yeah, all the links in the descriptions. You'll find everything you need. And for our socials. Thank you very much for all of your support. Your mic's not active, Chris.
The defense pact gives us
nice and cold from the fridge. Space beer, Richie. Have you had any space beer yet?
I've had some normal beer, but never any space beer. Oh, I have had. You give me before. It was a Stormtrooper beer. Yes, is that kind of space beer?
I guess so. Yeah. But if you throw it at someone, it gives you terrible aim by default.
Don't keep me in suspense.
Yeah. The thing is, it's hard to drink because you just get it all over your face instead of in your mouth. Just keep missing.
I heard you right. How in the hell did you manage that?
Because Lopez, I'm a fantastic negotiator. I'm a master debater. Managed to talk her in. What's important is she's in.
I guess there's no need to know how the sausage gets made this time. So, the sensors have picked up 2 contact
containers got
capacity. 2 groups of spaces.
But we can send or hold them in reserves. Your call.
Be able to handle them myself. I could use your help. Send the ships that you can. Well, yeah, you're gonna help me. I'm doing all the dirty work for you. Could use your help.
You got it. I'll send the long word. After you deal with the spacers, meet back on my farm. I've got an idea how to find where the spacers are based.
Yeah. Quite a surprisingly long mission log, this, from just stumbling across a farm.
Lopez has been busy. His idea.
Let's get back to my ship then next. To the cockpit.
Oh, I think for some reason all of my supplies have just been put back into my inventory.
Oh, I wonder if you went past and accidentally hit take all.
Yeah, I might have done.
Oh well, it's a good thing to know that they weren't lost forever.
Yeah.
Right. We're out in space. Is it worth, before I go into a space fight, repairing my hull damage? I'm at 75% integrity.
Do I need to keep this lime?
I mean, I guess, yeah, I could just go back and fix the ship at any spaceport. Seems like a smart thing to do, Chris. Eliminate the ships. Spaceport? Nope. Lead thing. Alpha Centauri. Yeah, miss him. And back to the main base. I want to go to the Lodge Commercial District. You set a landing target. I don't really want to do. Guess the Commercial District, right? It's weird, there's not an option at the main planet, New Atlantis, to actually just land at the spaceport. It takes me straight to a lodge, a commercial district, or 2 investigation points. I guess we'll land and see where we end up. Hungry Moogle says, great show this week, guys, and great job, Rob, on first time hosting. Yeah, Rob did a fantastic job.
Yeah,
hosting this week. So part of our rebrand and our refocus on one podcast was to free up more time. Is we'll rotate the hosting every week, so whoever is hosting will also edit the show and sort of all like the upload and stuff. So apologies for any of the Helix heroes, formerly now Guild heroes, who were expecting it a little bit early this weekend. We obviously. What did we do Saturday? Were we drinking? What were we doing? We did something where we were unavailable Saturday, so we had to record on the Sunday.
Birthday.
Oh yeah, it was my birthday Saturday. That's what we were doing. Yeah, we were drinking, in fact, probably too much by the sounds of it. Yeah, we were celebrating my birthday, so we didn't record on the Saturday, which
didn't
meant
drink much.
I drank a lot through the day. I just didn't get drunk because it was it had children there, and I'm a responsible parent. But in terms of the podcast, so Rob hosted, Rob also edited and uploaded. So
yeah,
great job on the first time for that one. And going forward, I think it's me this week, you next week, and that cadence will probably just follow, unless like one of us is missing for some reason. Thank you.
Going to be a perfect.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Times when you're not available.
But we will say, Rob obviously didn't have it in the show, but the introduction, the first attempt at the introduction, he fumbled it about 3 or 4 times, which we've all done before, but it was funny to think like. I
did it last week.
Yeah, he had it so confidently, and then as soon as we went, right, let's start recording, microphone check, good to go, and he went, and you get your tongue caught up like in a tongue twister when you do the intro, so...
And you never just mess it up once. That's the worst thing.
You get in your own mind about it, and then just, mishap begets mishap, and then before you know it, you're all just laughing. But, yeah. Where am I at? Where's the stairs at? I took the train to the spaceport. Ah, there we go. I've got my bearings now. I know where I'm at. Hungry Moogle's birthday is this Saturday, which means you're also a September baby, so best month to be born in, my friend. Happy birthday for this weekend. Hope the weather holds out for you, as hot as it may be. And you're next in November, right, Richie?
Yeah, my birthday's November, so mid-November.
And then Rob's January, and then we're all in the 34 club. Wait a minute. I almost did that mistake thing where I fast traveled to a planet, walked back to my ship, and almost just got straight back into the ship and flew off without actually doing what I set out to do, which was repair my ship.
Hey,
yes, repair my ship, please, technician man.
So I'm sure whatever's broken can...
Right.
Looks to me like you're already in pretty good shape.
Ah, good. Okay. I thought he was going to let me. Was going to charge me. Let's have a look at my ship. Okay, we haven't had a look at the ship yet, Richie. See if there's any improvements we wish to make. So again, I'm still just with the starter ship, and it kind of puts it on this isometric grid.
With live podcasts, the more you do a show, the easier it actually gets. But it's what tripped me up when I did it is halfway through the intro, the muscle memory stepped in, and I went into my X-Pass intro, and I realized what I was doing, and that's why I stumbled. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it earlier on. I said Helix Heroes immediately. It's just trying to get out of those old routines.
I did, actually, while you were off getting a drink.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I went to Helix Players games.
Oh, right. Ooh, so I'm looking at treating myself to upgrading my secondary weapon, Richie. Would you go with a Mauler autocannon with a range of 800, hull damage of 9.9, max power 4, or an EMP 80 suppressor, which has the same range, but its hull damage is 36?
But also costs like a lot less.
Crew capacity, hold that. Now, it says less, so does that mean it's worse than what I've got now? Fire rate's higher, but the hull damage is all in red, which would suggest it's lesser than what I've currently got equipped, right?
Yeah, that would be the way I read it.
Which is not good. I want something better, and everything in here is red. Which means I must have a pretty good weapon on there already. Now, one of the things what did surprise me is I can't upgrade the ship's, like, the hull's integrity. That I can see.
Maybe
so I can, like, later game.
Maybe it's the limit.
Oh.
The limit of that ship, or the limit of what you've unlocked so far?
Oh, okay. Well, actually, it looks like I can upgrade my reactor core, which will give me more points to spend on things like strength of the gravity well and the shield and the engine. So here, if I drop 13k on a 350T Stellar Rater reactor, that's going to give me 4 extra slots to use up in the engine room to provide power to the ship's systems. I'm doing it. Spent 13 grand just like that on space junk. Nice. And then in 10 minutes time I'll go buy a whole new ship. Shields. I think I've got the best shield. I do. All right. Okay. Spent some money. Cancel or accept modifications. In fact, not cancel. Ship upgraded. Ah, Hungry Moogle. See, there's always someone in the chat who can help out with that one. Yeah, each bullet hits for less, but there's more bullets per second. That makes so. I guess that's like just the type of weapon it is. Some are cannons, some are like laser guns, etc.
Now, Chris, how do I grav jump?
So this is something, you know, when I said about the tutorials don't really tell you.
Yeah.
So let me get in my ship and I'll kind of give you a visualization through it. But essentially, Richie,
I pressed up and it worked.
Oh yeah, you have to turn up the grav drive to do it basically.
Yeah.
So if you want to do when you do the grav jump, it takes time to look, like get your coordinates and power up the engines, like hyperspace would.
Yeah.
And what you can do basically, if you're in a battle, a dogfight, and need to get out of there, it means you can't just like leave the fight in seconds. You have to take away power from something else to power up the grav drive. So it gives you like an interesting like little mini game to play with, which I quite appreciate actually. It's quite fun. But yeah, it did take me a few moments to like look at think like, why isn't the grav drive working? Why am I not going anywhere? And it was like, and then you feel dumb when you're like, oh wait.
Oh, I need to travel a long way. Okay, the mission says to grav jump. I haven't been taught how to do that. How do we do it? Right. Okay, I know about the grav shields. Let's just put some money on. Let's just power that off. And then I just hit forwards and oh, bang! There we go.
Absolutely. Yeah, live podcasts. We actually need to lock in what we're doing for our anniversary this year, because believe it or not, folks, this channel is 4 years old on September the 30th. 4 years we've been doing this now, which is insane. We weren't in our 20s, were we? We just passed into. I had anyway. You were still 29.
I was 29, yeah.
You were still in your 20s when we started doing this, and now we're all old men. But yeah, so our 4th year anniversary, I think we're going to miss the September 30th date because we're preoccupied with other things. But we'll probably look at scheduling something for the week after, so the 7th of October. My guess is usually we do a full day live stream. However, with childcare and other things, we might not be able to go for as long as we want. But Richie, I think we're looking at committing to maybe doing like a full playthrough of something. We might put that vote out to you guys. We might do Halo 2, which I know has been requested a few times. We could do Alan Wake, heading into Alan Wake 2, because that's quite a fairly short game in the grander scheme. Or we could do something else. Just let us know as well. But yes, plenty to do.
I veto Alan Wake purely because
it's a
single player. Well, no, just purely because it's a single player game.
And you hit Alan's. Anyone? If you notice, there's no one in our chat ever called Alan. There's no one in our Discord called Alan. That we know of anyway. I'm joking.
If you called Alan and you don't want to get kicked out, don't tell me.
Alan's a great. Shout out to Alan Grant. Saved us from the dinosaurs. Cube Apple. Google Stadia came out 4 years ago, 2019. That's the reality of all this, which is crazy. And here we are playing Starfield. Nowhere near launch when this all kicked off. This game could have been on Stadia if Bethesda wasn't snapped up by Microsoft, because we had Doom and I'm sure other Bethesda games that are alluring. Wolfenstein. What else was there? What else did we have?
Doom, the original Doom 2016 was meant to be
launch
in fact, Doom Eternal was meant to be a launch title for Stadia.
Crazy world we lived in. Right, eliminate the ships orbiting Piazza 7A. Set course, Captain.
Commercial district.
Warp speed. Hungry Mobile says, honestly, his name isn't Alan. ESO, Elder Scrolls,
Yeah.
Stadia, Rage,
Stadia is probably the only platform to ever exist that never got any form of Skyrim.
And it never will. Never will. Oh, Space Raiders. Oh, they're quick to the attack, but what the little do they know is I've got a new hyperdrive, which means power to the lasers.
I mean, you Atlantis.
Oh, that guy just got utterly shit mixed thanks to my new super lasers. It's been a very space-centric battle. I've not really been on the ground that much this whole game. Playthrough. He's down. Oh, shield's offline. Uh-oh. Grav drive's been hit. I do appreciate different parts of your ship when they get hit, they kind of get damaged. You know, like in Star Wars when they're like, hyperdrive's been hit! And then they have to send R2-D2 out to fix it.
I'll tell you what, it's always looked pretty cool. Star Trek Bridge Commander?
The VR game.
VR game, yeah, where you have to, like, in the Enterprise view with a bunch of your mates.
Yeah, there's a really good Let's Play series from a group of people, a group of lads called RKG. I think I've mentioned a few times on the channel. They're like three Brits who did work for IGN UK, and they broke away and did their own thing. They did like a full VR like playthrough series of Bridge Crew, but they wore like the proper outfits and did it all as though like role playing it essentially. Really, really good laugh, really, really fun. And that's actually the RKG channel is where I watch a lot of my Soulsborne, Dark Souls games, because I'm never going to play them because I'm not good at them. But they did play it on the hardest difficulty and basically play through the whole game. They're doing Elden Ring at the moment, so I'm enjoying Elden Ring through them essentially. Because I ain't playing Elden Ring. But yeah, that's how I know about Sekiro. I know all my knowledge from Dark Souls. All comes from that channel. So yeah, RKG, go check them out. Really, really good.
I found a coffee shop, but that's not very good for selling most of the junk I'm carrying.
No worries, Hungry Moogle. You go take care of that little one. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Cube Apple, the last year was brutal. If you lock onto an enemy ship, you can shoot individual systems too. Oh, that's cool. So you can basically disable them, like you would do on like Assassin's Creed Black Flag when you'd take out ships that just becomes dormant in space. In the sea. Speaking of Black Flag, Richie, also on the podcast this week, did you see the Skull and Bones news?
No, I haven't. I'm not this week.
Their third creative director has left the project, with apparently no internal release date still set. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that in the in this week's GamerGuild podcast. Where does it end? Where does it end? Oh, so shoot the engines with an EMP and then you can board them. Nice. So you disable them with an EMP blast. Nice. I hope this game has the equivalent of the seismic charges from Star Wars. Wow. Like, if they could get that sound effect or something near to it in here, I'd be all over that. I'd just fly around space dropping seismic charges on anything and everyone. Wow. Boosteroid! Ah, they didn't expect that.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Oh, tactics not paid off this time. Need to get behind them. Taking some firepower. Power to the shield! Power to the shield, Chris! Damn it, Space Rock, out the way. I can't find them. You know when you played Star Wars Battlefront and you somehow just ended up, both of you, spinning in the same trajectory and you never really caught up with them?
Yeah.
That's what I'm finding in this space fight. I'm being hit from all sides and I can never quite get one of them in my sights. But I did it. I've got one right. Take him down, Chris. Right, one down. Oh, this whole integrity. Shoot. Boost out there. Barrel roll. Oh, my hull is getting fucked. Oh, I am in trouble here. Oh, damn it. Fail. Did not approach that one well. So, all things said and done, Richie, are you surprised this game doesn't have multiplayer? Like, that you cannot jump into my world and just kind of share in this space adventure with me?
Not even slightly.
You're not surprised?
No. Bethesda have only really done 2 games multiplayer outside of, like, they've done some, like, Doom stuff, but that's more like rather than Bethesda software. ESO, which is not made by Bethesda Games Softworks. And then Fallout 76, which was I think a game like this, I could see the appeal of multiplayer, but you'd have to start making a lot of compromises. I don't think Bethesda games are designed to be a single player experience. You're out in the world telling your own story. It's more of a sandbox. I've seen a lot of people try to compare it to Baldur's Gate. It's like, these are very different games. They're not really that comparable just because they're RPGs. Like, Bethesda games are less story driven and it's more about, here's the world, there's stories in it, there's people in it, it's got quest lines and stuff, but it's about your story that you were telling. So it's a bit more of a truer RPG in that sense, where it's like, that's why they always go for the same character. Where something like Baldur's Gate, you're playing through the narrative of that world. There might be branching pathways, but ultimately you are playing through the narrative. Where literally right now, you're having fun playing Starfield, and you're just getting lost in the universe.
Yeah,
it's just not comparable. So yeah, but yeah, I'm not surprised. I don't think there'd be any difference. There is, however, an offer Skyrim in mod that you can get for PC called Skyrim Together, which is literally makes Skyrim core.
That was like a spin-off.
It basically is. They basically took Skyrim and went, right, we're going to make this full core.
Right, I've got loads of stuff from all that.
Does ammo weigh anything? No.
Some of it does. Some of the bigger stuff does. Like, not much, but some of it does.
Or like if it's like a rocket or something.
Like shotgun shells I think might weigh like 0.1 or something. But yeah, I'd imagine like rockets and shit weigh a little bit more. Report back to Lopez on Piazza 2.
Sell my cowboy hat.
Lopez Farm. Here we go. It'll be interesting because one of the interesting tidbits that's came out off the back of Gamescom and some other Xbox employees kind of being out in the wild chatting these past couple of weeks is I want to say it was Pete Hines this week was quoted talking about Redfall and again the kind of disappointment that was Redfall, but basically reiterating that they're not giving up on Redfall and that because of the Game Pass model, people will still be discovering that game and playing it in like a decade's time. So it's in their best interest to support it, get it up to scratch, make it a fun, great performing game. So then, yeah, if someone signs up for Game Pass in like 4 or 5 years' time, they see Redfall in the library. Because remember, Xbox stuff doesn't leave. So if this is like a permanent fixture in the Game Pass library, then I could kind of see where he's coming from. And I was like, you know what? I would love to see a redemption arc for Redfall because there's a concept there which could be fun. They just let themselves down with it.
I see where he's coming from. However, the counter to that is you're now spending time and money, resources, trying to get a game that isn't very good to become decent when you could just be working on the next project.
That's true.
So you are gambling a bit on people in the hope that people find it later and like it more than they do now.
I also think though when you look to models like how Sea of Thieves ended up paying out and No Man's Sky, I think maybe they think there's enough there to do so, like internally. But again, we really never give Redfall a fair shake because of how bad it ran during our stream, and we just never got time to go back to it. And then other games came out, and I went and played Final Fantasy. You went and played.
I did try to play Redfall off stream. It just wasn't very good.
I'll do it.
Ultimately, that's just what it came down. It was like this game isn't good enough for me to want to spend any more time. I give it a chance. Did not enjoy my experience. It was okay, but that's it. It was just distinctly okay.
Oh, bottle.
ZeniMax Online can make Starfield Online alongside ESO. Could be. Could go there.
I do appreciate in sci-fi games how the airlock is basically a free load screen window for devs. Like, they literally have to lock you for the physics of the world to work in one room, shut the door, open up another door in a sealed fashion, which just gives them those extra couple of precious seconds to kind of load in the next bit or add textures or detail or stuff. It's a convenient,
and now
convenient thing.
A second shop because that shop ran out of money.
Uh-oh. Oh yeah, that's quite a good thing. So you can't just rinse one vendor and say like, sell everything to me or buy everything from me so I'm rich.
It's good for immersion. It's a pain in the ass when you're just trying to sell all
well, this is one of the conversations around Starfield, is that like, should things like encumbrance and limitations, are they holding the game back because they're so committed to the RPG roots, or should it just be like a done thing, like you can just carry everything?
I would kind of like them to patch it so there's a toggle.
There's a choice.
Maybe have encumbrance, like, I don't know, affect you in combat, so you can't just carry a million different weapons or anything.
Yeah, that would be realistic.
But then, like, I don't know, then your items, then you can just, but when you're out of combat it doesn't impact you. And same with shopkeepers, like, I don't need a shopkeeper to have a limited amount of money.
Yeah.
That isn't going to affect my experience if I could toggle that off. And just give the players choice.
Yeah, I think that's the thing for me. Like, I would ditch encumbrance straight away, but I get it with like bullets and stuff. But if they say it's like it's part of the world, it's making it more real. At the same time, I'm in space. I don't have pockets yet. I'm carrying more stuff than that would ever fit in my little backpack thing. So it's like, yeah. Like again, I think choice is the end goal solution. We need to send every ship we got.
Our ships ain't exactly in the best of repair. There are undoubtedly a lot of spacers there.
We need to excise this cancer from our system.
100% agree. So, oh glorious leader, any words of wisdom or inspiration before we embark?
You've lived under the threat of the space raiders for too long. Victory is in sight. First and foremost, be careful. I know you're tough, but spacers, I'm just a hired gun. If you want a speech, that's extra. I'm going to give a speech. I'm a damn space ranger.
The big one.
Whoa.
We need to bring everything we got to bear. There won't be any do-overs.
Let's take down the space raiders and replace them with skips. What did you say?
Knickknacks.
Knickknacks. Oh, knickknacks are good.
Nice and spicy knickknacks.
Why is it spicy? Right. So now I'm guessing I need to go back to my ship. Yep. However, I can't be bothered to go through those airlocks. I'm wondering if I can just travel there. I'll check out my ship's inventory. Is that a thing? Oh, no, I need to just travel, I think. There. Clear out the spaces. Yep, did it again. Wrong button. Set course. Piazza 6.
Set course for adventure.
Here we go. Space of scarabs. Bring it. I'm going cockpit mode, Richie. I'm still slightly damaged from the last adventure we had, but I've got my colleagues with me now. And that means all the fire isn't on me for a change, which should make for an interesting one. I wonder if I lose anyone this battle. Like, is the game dynamic enough that it'll let them be killed and me? That'd be cool. But like, if you get back and you've lost so many of the team. Another one down. Base Coyote. No. Missile. En route to you. Oh, this is just too easy. Now I'm not being peppered by 4 separate ships at once. I have time to navigate, adjust, use my weapons accordingly, and the fight is down. Uh-oh. Reinforcements. Go back to dynamic view for this one. This is where the Star Wars music would kick in, going dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Have you been watching Ahsoka, Richie?
No, I don't. I'm not that bothered about it, to be honest.
It's quite good.
There's nothing on Disney Plus that's really interesting me. Like both Star Wars and Marvel, I'm just kind of. I think it's just been kind of everything. There's been more misses than hits recently. Is it good?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
I didn't really like Ahsoka in Mandalorian. She's head of it.
Yeah, she's getting.
Oh, I really liked her in Rebels, but it just felt like a different
Or
character.
Clone Wars, I guess. Yeah, I guess that conversion to
Clone
live
Wars,
action tweaks things a bit.
What I didn't like about it is, I think Rosario Dawson's an amazing actress, and I don't think it was a problem with performance. It was more of direction. Like, she felt very bland.
Flat. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, very flat. You know, like prequel Jedi Council sort of flat.
Too stoic, less human, or not human for lack of a better term. Like,
yeah, that's
not,
emotional,
like,
and that's not who Ahsoka ever was for me. When I was watching like Rebels and especially Clone Wars, she was quite an emotional person who turned her way back on the Jedi Order while retaining like affiliation to the light side.
Yeah.
So when I saw Rosario Dawson, she was just felt like a prequel era Jedi. It's just like not really vibing with her.
Yeah, there's some interesting things. I think the latest of the series is going to pick up a little bit. The villain in it, or one of the villains, I should say, played by Ray Stevenson. I think it's a Sith or like a Grey Jedi, or we don't quite know called. I think it's called Balin something. Balin Scott. I can't remember what
Balin Greyjoy.
No, not to that level. But yeah, unfortunately, Ray Stevenson passed away not long after they did filming, so it's a shame that his character's not actually going to go beyond this series. Because he's quite intimidating, and he has like that different approach where most kind of villains are quite eccentric. He's just quite a bit like Christopher Lee's character. He's a bit more stoic. He's an older gentleman. He's got grey hair.
Balin Skull.
Skull, that's it. Balin Skull.
Yeah, Brent and MK in the chat is saying like she's about 30 years older, so it probably makes sense. Like, yeah, it was a bit. I just found it a bit jarring. That
jarring.
Didn't feel like this. Yeah. Didn't feel like the same character. It didn't feel like an older version of the same character. It felt like what Ahsoka would have became if she stayed a Jedi. But I mean, it was literally a handful of scenes, so like I'm judging quite a lot here.
Yes. Howdy. Hello.
Yeah.
Why does this Star Station not want to communicate with me?
I have Netflix at the moment, so I'm probably going to start The Witcher soon.
Actually, I need to finish The Witcher before the 15th, before it auto-renews.
Hello? Yes.
Alright, just being clever. I'm going to dock. Woman on the space station, not talking to me, just being sassy, so I'm going to dock and kill them all.
When in doubt, dock. Yeah, I got Netflix because I've actually finished watching the One Piece live action.
Oh, nice. Do you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it, but there's a lot of choices in that. I think as a standalone thing, I definitely enjoyed the ride. The fact that I literally watched the entire thing in like 2-3 days. But I'm kind of like, well, I'd actually just rather watch the other day. So,
are these bad guys? Oh, they are bad guys.
Yeah.
Are they? I don't know if I've just killed 2 of my own men, or...
You know one of them things when you watch something that you're well versed in the story of, so it's very, very impossible to not see the difference, the changes. So that's why I went for One Piece live action, and so I just told myself after like the first 2 episodes, like, okay, this is just an alternate universe. It's not the same Luffy. I know it's not the same characters. They are variants of them. And then you start enjoying it more. You stop focusing on the differences.
Yeah.
I was noticing them, but it was more like, oh yeah, let's change that. Well, some things worked, some things didn't.
That's fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, I saw it was getting good reviews.
CGI holds up in some places, but not very often, to be honest. But I can't really hold it against him. Luffy's powers are fucking weird.
Yeah, I've seen some of the trailers where it's like he's stretching out and it's like, ugh,
yeah, it does. It's like,
very
like you're brave to even try this kind of thing.
Yeah. But something that you like getting it done. Yeah, you're complete right. Cube Apple says that revolver is sick. This is the Space Ranger revolver. So if you want to go be a Space Ranger like Buzz Lightyear, go do it. Have you seen the Bethesda?
Oh, that the
have
one
you seen
you
the
told me
Bethesda glitch happening right in front of me right now?
Yeah.
There's two wheelie bins making love in space right now, and it's
They're
coming right
dancing.
at me. Run, Richie!
I mean, if that's how you're making love, you and your wife have got some pretty good moves. Like,
Look at
very
that.
acrobatic.
It's gravity defying, some would say.
Yeah.
Look at it. How long is this
Good
going to go
core
for?
strength.
I daren't go near it in case it hits me. You two, settle down. Get off. Oh! It launched itself at me. Right, so yeah, this revolver is sick. This is my Space Ranger revolver. Right, what am I doing now? Where am I at? Killed
I want a
everyone.
Sword. Can I get a sword?
You need a katana. You're a Ronin, remember?
Yeah.
Oh no, Richie, look at
A
this.
laser katana.
Richie,
I don't mean a lightsaber, like a katana with like a laser edge.
Oh, Richie, I found like dudes in cryo sleep.
Oh, wake them up.
This is like, you know, Jurassic Park 3 when they goes past it and the Velociraptor head's in there,
Yeah.
and then you know it's obviously going to move. That's a mannequin. Okay, maybe it's not quite as scary. Although mannequins are scary. Remember Resident Evil?
Oh yeah. The
Village.
demo, because it wasn't actually in the
Oh yeah, you're thinking
the
of
actual
7.
game.
I was thinking of the ones in Village.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the mannequins in the 7 demo.
You know what DLC we do need to get to? The Rose DLC for Village.
We do.
Because we never actually... Because we obviously lost the game thanks to Stadia.
Yeah, I don't have it anymore, so...
We'll wait till it's in sale, maybe. Or goes on one of the many subscription services. It seems like it's a PlayStation Plus type game, because of they've had like Resident Evil VR and stuff for free in the past. Right.
Yeah, I've just got myself a backpack.
This is Space Ranger Chris. Whoever's here, come out with your hands up right now. And we might let you live. I'm getting med packs all over the joint now. Uh-oh. Stand down. Space Ranger is here. I never learn, do they, Richie? I never learn. Ah. Right up Main Street.
Oh! I've got glanced over and just... That was just rude, Chris.
Oh! Rocket pack hit the ceiling. Right, I'm going to switch to a different weapon because I feel like I'm using my favourite gun way too much and I don't know how much ammo
Cube
I have.
Apple in the chat says, imagine if Stadia stick around and let Stadia Games and Entertainment make a game of this caliber. I think we just need to wait for Haven's game.
Yeah, see
Oh,
what,
we know what it's called, don't we? Did we find out what it's called?
Yeah, it's the one with the dollar signs.
Oh, yeah. That one that looked okay.
Can't remember
It
for the
didn't
life of
look
me.
like anything
Not, I want to say Payday, but it's not Payday. It's just the dollar signs.
I know what you mean. It looked... Oh,
Hey, he's got an axe. He's got some seesaw snacks or seaweed snacks. Seesaw, seaweed. Damn it! I picked everything up. I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the button to reload and took all this inventory. That's an
It looks so
unfortunate.
impressive that neither of us can remember the name of the game.
Oh, it's not Payday. Payback, paychecks. It's something to do. Oh, damn, that's gonna bug me now. I'll remember it at like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm not...
Payday? Cashless. If you find it, give me a fair games.
With a dollar instead of an S.
Yeah.
Fair game dollar.
Fair game dollar sign. Use that as a password with a unique symbol and a capital letter.
Yeah, now.
Grendel. Weapon case. Pretty sure Vasco's just given me some statistics about my chances of winning. You know, like a C-3PO type move.
Yeah. Do you have a scope on your rifle?
Yeah.
I need to get myself one of them. I need to get myself like a sniper rifle.
I've got a sniper rifle, I just haven't equipped it yet because I've not really had need to be that far away. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
The problem with a lot of these is, again, management-wise, I run out of bullets on a lot of things. And I don't quite know how to craft new bullets yet.
Yeah, it's been playing like a more stealthy character, having like something long range.
Oh, there you go, run out of bullets again.
Sniper.
Yeah. Ah, shit. So now all of my assault rifles are out of ammo. Oh, there's a lot of credits. Caution. Let's see if I've got the other. I think I've used the shotgun yet.
So I've just met a CEO of like a business who's just said he's a fan of self-reliance. He's a CEO, which suggests that he has people working for him, so he's not exactly self-reliant.
Right, talk with Lopez. I think I've cleared the room, cleared the ship, perhaps. Rescue axe. Got the scan mode, see what shit's about here. Bullets. Ooh, that's a new weapon. Laser rifle. Sold. Laser rifle. Uncalibrated Grendel. That looks better than the one I've got. Mannequins. Stolen safes. Have you done any of the pick lock challenges yet? Oh, I fell down a hole.
Every single one of them
Wasn't that far? Wasn't that far? Maybe exaggerate that.
I'll admit, the first one I came to, I did quick save before to and I just did a dry run just to try and figure out what's the actual mechanics. Then I loaded it and I've just solved them all from there.
Actually, it's funny you should say
You know when you
that.
just chucked in, it's like, I don't know how this works, so rather than read the tutorial, I just figured it out.
Grendel. Now, where is that Orion gun? Because that looked cool. 1-inch punch solstice. One punch man solstice. Orion. It's cool. See how it performs. Swap out the Equinox. Sometimes you feel like you pick your favorite weapon based on the name rather than how actually good it is. What was my most recent one? Calibrated Grendel.
Oh, this guy just said no expense spared. The CEO of a company just said no expense spared.
Of course he did.
If he wasn't the wallet for this shady organisation I've just joined, I would kill him right here and now just to save.
Just for that line.
Save dinosaurs getting like leaked all over the place.
I've came across one space dinosaur so far.
There is space dinosaurs.
What do you expect in space? All sorts of creatures. Can't remember what it was called, but I remember I scanned it and was worried the closer I got to scanning it, it was going to like randomly just freak out and attack me. There you go, Lopez. Cleared you of all the space raiders.
This is the first deep breath I've taken in months. I make no illusions. You did this, and now it's up to us to keep it going.
It was a team effort.
Very diplomatic.
It wasn't.
It's
really. You
horseshit,
did
of course.
everything.
Yeah, I did pretty much.
They were just running around aimlessly,
farming.
The families and I, well, we
with
chipped
their
in for a
stormtrooper
reward.
aim.
I know it's probably a pittance compared to what's, but we're just dirt poor farmers and miners just trying to get by. I think I need to.
It's gonna get emotional on me now. Emotional. Be careful. I'll tell everyone you're a softie. Appreciate the thought, but you need the credits more than me. This is it. I think it's goodbye. How's the future of the defense pack looked? Tell me you're gonna work together.
Knows? We're coming off a victory, so that might buy us a honeymoon period. But maybe it'll last.
Recruit him, put him in your ship, and leave him there to rot.
I don't think he's one I can recruit. Careful.
Don't you dare! I have my precious reputation to maintain. If you ever are in this system, you come back and visit. We'll give you a warm welcome for the ages.
I like that. A warm welcome for the ages. 5,000 credits. Mission complete. Thank you, Lopez. Thank you, Chandabanda. My favorite name in the game so far. And fuck you, Jacqueline Lemare. You little bitch. And now it's time to leave this solar system. Past all these dead bodies. Sprinting to the lift. Come on, Vasco. We've got space to save. Oh, there's something on the other side of this door. Either Starware computer program. Open the door. Opening door. Done. That seemed unnecessary to get in the door. Oh, it's just Vasco. Somehow already ahead of me behind a sealed door. Oh, have I just done a big circle around those? Oh, they're different people. Different people. Look alive. I am alive.
I'm not.
To the ship.
Really.
You're not.
Are we ever really alive?
Yes. There we
It's
go.
just a simulation.
It's just fantasy. Right, Richie. I'm in space. I'm back out there. And more importantly, I'm in the clouds. And I do want to say, 2 hours on a live stream. This has been flawless. It really, really has. And as someone who played this last week, running locally off my PC, the cloud, again, it just barely running on my PC, I should say. Cloud version, performing better. Load times better. I've had no glitches tonight. The audio has been fine. Obviously, we had those funny Bethesda glitches with the sexy crates getting it on. But aside from that, you've been watching along as well. You in the chat at home have been watching along too. That's great. This is what cloud gaming is about for me. No pressure strain on my PC. I can pick this save file up using a Razer Kishi on the move if I want to. I can play it on my Series S if I want to. And it's just all here. Nice and easy. And I've enjoyed that mission run. It was quite fun. Repair some satellites, take out some Space Raider pirates, help some farmers come together as a collective defense squad, and I got some credits along the way, and I upgraded my ship a little bit. Sounds like a good time in the Starfield, Richie. Any quick final thoughts on your little playthrough, what you've been doing in the background? Obviously no one's seen it, but you've obviously played the game for a further 2 hours. That's 200% increase on what you had played. What are your thoughts?
I haven't got very far. I think what I need is like a good solid day over the weekend. Perhaps when I've got a hangover after the podcast on Sunday, where I'm just going to go for like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours and just really get myself into it.
Yeah.
Because like the odd hour here and there, it's hard. I think with such a big game with so many systems to learn, I think it's hard sometimes to get into it properly.
Yeah, it's a little bit
But
broken.
I'm enjoying what I've played so far.
Yeah, same. I've actually got more into it the last 2 nights now. I've put like 3 hours back to back into it pretty much. And yeah, thoroughly great. Of course, we'll talk about it on this week's episode of the GamerGuildTV podcast, which is available every Monday here on youtube.com/GamerGuildTV and also on your podcast service preference of choice. You'll be joining myself, Chris, Rob, and Richie as we break down all the news. Of course, if you do have any questions for the show, do write in on our Discord. The link is in the description below. Join a wonderful community of fellow like-minded gamers. Whereas at the moment, we're pretty much just talking about Starfield in our Discord chat, if we're totally honest. We made a Starfield thread, and everyone just keeps talking about Starfield in the main conversation block. So
and also in the Starfield
and also in Starfield and in the Xbox thread. But you know what? It's a game of a generation, apparently. So fill your boots with that one. And of course, if you haven't done so already, do like the video, subscribe, and ring that bell so you're kept in the loop with all of the other great content, like these very live streams. Let us know what you want to see in the future. And of course, we'll be back next week to stream more games with you, the wonderful community. Our Helix, damn it, Helix, not Helix. Our Guild heroes, Richie. Our heroes of the guild, our wonderful members of the channel. You, of course, get that content early. Wonderful folks who've been in the chat tonight, such as Brendan, Cube Apple there as well, Hungry Moogle, just scrolling back up through to pick some names who jumped in. Hjorvar, Sedna, all the wonderful people. Crazy Bad, Sarge, who's dropped in. Drop some emojis on us as well. And of course, your support helps us bring you better quality content every single time. So we do thank you and we appreciate you a lot. Early access for this week's podcast will probably be going live up on Sunday at some point. So keep your eyes peeled for that one for your notifications. And enjoy the show. And we'll see you next time. My name has been Chris.
And I've been Richie.
We've been playing Starfield, folks, in the cloud using the power of Xbox Cloud Gaming. Take care and remember, play it wherever it makes you the happiest, which probably is Starfield over the weekend. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.